I hate waking up first thing in the morning, getting my phone, posting my video for the day, jumping over onto TikTok, and then the very first video I see includes doctors who have no clue what they're talking about. I'm going to warn you right now, this is going to be a rant. It's going to be a ranty rant. There's going to be cursing. If that's not your thing, that's okay. You can just skip this video and come back for my regular content. But I am so tired of this kind of social media garbage. Let's look at this.
4 reasons why I would never prescribe Ozempic for weight loss.
What is that guy pointing at in the background? Have you lost your marbles? What are you looking at, dude? Oh, look at the squirrel. Oh, look, squirrel. What are you doing? Secondly, here's one reason why I, as a non-doctor, would not be prescribing Ozempic for weight loss. Because it's not designated for weight loss. And if you do that to your patient, guess what? The insurance company's not going to cover it. The word that you were looking for is Wegovy. Wegovy would be the weight loss version of Ozempic. If you were an educated doctor, you would have known that.
I'm Dr. Pasha, functional urologist. Hold on, bro, I got this. I'm Dr. Pasha, board-certified gastroenterologist, also here to challenge the status.
Be so fucking for real right now. Challenging the status quo. No, you're not. You've just jumped on board with all of the media propaganda garbage that is the battle against obesity and against GLP1s. You're not challenging anything. You're a sheep. You've gone along with the masses to say that GLP1s are bad. But let's listen and hear what this doctor has to say.
Dependency. I've never had a patient start the drug, come off of the drug, and maintain their weight loss. In fact, most of my patients gain all their weight back plus 5%.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you're a terrible doctor. Now I understand. I misunderstood. I thought that you were going to be educating people about some kind of legitimate reason not to take a GLP-1, but no, you're actually telling us that you're a terrible doctor, that there is a medication that is prescribed for patients with a chronic illness, and that you take your patients off of that medication without any kind of support or guidance, and they gain their weight back. Now I understand. I was confused about what it was that you were trying to say. Yeah. So, doc, if you prescribed a blood pressure medication for a patient with high blood pressure, would you just have them stay on it for 6 months and then just take them off of it to see if their blood pressure just magically got better? You didn't tell them to do anything different. You were just like, hey, you have high blood pressure. You need to take this blood pressure medicine. And then 6 months later, you were like, okay, you've been on this medicine long enough. Let's take you off of it and see how the fuck you're doing. Hey, did you do that? Did that patient's blood pressure change? No, it went back to being high blood pressure. I wonder why that is. Golly, if only there was a doctor that understood how medicine works. 'Cause I'm not a doctor, but I understand how medicine works.
Sarcopenia, also known as muscle loss. These drugs make you lose valuable muscle.
Oh my God, I wish this guy would just stop acting like he cares about patients. Just stop. Please, for the love of God, just stop. Anytime that you have significant weight loss, you are going to have muscle loss, whether you use a GLP-1 or not. I used to weigh 285 pounds. It does not require the same amount of muscle mass to move my body at 285 pounds as it does now at 180 pounds. Okay? That's just science. It does not require the same amount of muscle. So whether I had used a GLP-1 medication or not, I still would have lost muscle mass. Now, this is an easy fix. Again, if you have a doctor who's educated on GLP-1s, they will advise their patients to do resistance training and make sure that they're getting enough protein. It's an easy fix. Why are we acting like this is the end of the fucking world?
More unplanned pregnancies. These drugs can interfere with birth control. So heads up for the ladies that don't want to get pregnant.
What are some other really great ways to not get pregnant on a GLP-1? Or not on a GLP-1? Don't have sex with men. There you go, Doc. I hope your wife sees that. How about we stop talking to women like they're absolute fucking idiots? We know more about reproduction and how to stay on top of it that men had ever been responsible for in their entire lives. Hey, Doc, I've got a plan for you. How about if you're on a GLP-1 and you're a woman and you have sex with men, how about you get the option of automatically getting your man a vasectomy? And then if you decide later on that you'd like to undo that, he can go have that undone. How about we make a pill that the man has to take, and so he has to deal with all the side effects, one of which can be weight gain, just saying, so that women don't constantly have to bear the burden of birth control. How about that? No? Oh, we didn't want to offer any of those suggestions because you don't really want to be part of a solution. You just want to complain and whine. Watch out, ladies, and you don't become pregnant. How the fuck do you think that happens? How do you think that happens? You think we're just walking down the street? Oops, we're pregnant. No, it takes two to tango. How about you join in and be part of the solution instead of saying stupid shit?
4, increased complications in all procedures. In my practice, I've seen these drugs cause dangerous complications after and during my procedures.
Ooh, Doc, I really don't think that went over like you thought it did. Because what I heard was all procedures and that you've had issues in your practice because of incompetence. Yeah. So everybody knows that if you're on a GLP-1, that you need to make your surgeon aware of that, your anesthesiologist aware of that, so that they can give you advice accordingly. It is well known in the medical community that there is a certain time frame before your procedure that you need to stop taking your GLP-1 medication, and then once you have the procedure, you can come back and take your medication again. Just like a lot of other medications. But the fact that you don't know that and that you've had issues in your practice, that's a really, really big red flag. Big red flag. Like, ooh. It's a wonder if he's going to have any patients left after this.
Recommend. Firstly, consistent exercise at the intensity where you can't have a conversation with someone else. Do this 3 to 5 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes. Additionally, and most importantly, accountability, whether it be your physician, a loved one, or a good friend. I love meeting with my patients on a routine basis to go over the goals that we set for weight loss. I swear to you, you will feel better and more accomplished in losing weight without these modalities.
Diet and exercise? Really, Doc? Next you're going to tell me that I'm lazy, right? Oh, you're just lazy. That's why you can't lose weight. Get out there and exercise. Change your diet. Be in a calorie deficit. You don't need a medication. Really? Oh, okay. So I shouldn't be taking something for my diabetes, is what you're saying. No, that's not what you meant? Oh, okay. What about people with insulin resistance, PCOS, Hashimoto's? They shouldn't be treating that under the advice of their physician. Is that what you're saying? Because you're saying diet and exercise. And I really enjoy meeting with my patients so that we can talk about their goals. Yeah, of course you enjoy meeting with them. For 10 to 15 fucking minutes, you probably don't even know their name, and you want to talk about goals because you like to listen to yourself talk. You're not actually getting to know your patients. You're not actually listening to the challenges that they've had. Listen, I have done every diet under the sun. I even went vegan. And while, yes, I was able to lose some weight on those diets, it was never sustainable because I had an underlying condition of obesity and diabetes and insulin resistance. And I'm forced to take birth control, which can cause weight gain. So how about we not give advice on things that we're not educated on? Because the fact that you have a medical degree and you know less about GLP-1s than I do as a GLP-1 advocate is scary. And it should make you take a step back and go, wow, I really hadn't considered this from a patient's point of view. Maybe I should stop posting on social media and I should reevaluate my practice because there are serious red flags. And this goes for your counterpart urologist too. Maybe the thought of making money on social media has clouded your judgment because if I remember correctly, and again, I'm not a doctor, I thought that your very first commandment was do no harm. How are you helping people by making this type of content? By further shaming patients who are trying to get help for a chronic disease. How are you helping them? Just completely forget about yourself for a minute. I know I've been harping on the fact that you're uneducated and that you're doing detriment to your own practice, but let's just assume that you actually care about patients. How are you helping them? By furthering the stigma against obesity. By fat shaming your own patients. How is that helping them? Can you explain that to me? Because whether you realize it or not, that's what you've done with this video. You thought you were eating, but you didn't. You really fell short. I hope that you've enjoyed my rant for today. I really don't like making these type of videos, but just like I call people out when they leave negative comments on my channel, I feel like we've reached a point in social media world where if people who continue to spread misinformation are not called out, that it will continue to be a problem and it will hurt people who are either on the medications or who could potentially seek treatment, but they're scared. People are posting in support groups every day about being scared to get on these medications. And I can tell you from somebody who's been on the medication for a year and 2 months now and has lost 105 pounds, that my only regret when it comes to this medication is that I didn't start sooner. That I allowed fear-mongering like this video to persuade me against taking my life back, which is what a GLP-1 medication has allowed me to do. Now, I just want to say, as a side note, that I did look for the original video that these doctors posted. I was unable to find it, so I had to grab it from 2 other doctors who were criticizing what these doctors have said. I want to be very clear that the 2 doctors who were criticizing the doctors that I highlighted in this video, they gave great advice. And so I want to make sure that you understand that it is linked down in the description below. So if you would like to hear actual doctors critique what these 2 brainiacs had to say, please definitely go check out that video because those 2 doctors are very well educated in GLP-1s. And I think that while they may not agree with my delivery, they would agree with everything that I said. I hope you found this video entertaining. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you're looking for helpful tips and tricks to help you on your health journey that don't include a rant, definitely go check out my other videos. I have videos that can help you on your health journey. And as always, be kind, rewind. Unless you're gonna spread hateful messages, in which case I'm gonna call you out on it and not be kind about it. Okay, great.